Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
We see lots of people who've gotten rich quickly and gotten poor just as quickly and left nothing to their families and or the community. That's a big chunk of the piece that needs to change. We need to see people making their investment in their families and in themselves and in the community. We want to build all three of those elements. We want to establish long-lasting family and community wealth, not just people who've gotten rich and squandered it. Those who have wealth will be opposed to our breaking the status quo, so this will be a struggle. All those folks are used to how things have been for hundreds of years, and that's the piece that needs to change, and they need to be able to stand by.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio World.
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio World. Join your hosts Violetta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
All of us have struggled through the COVID-19 pandemic, and many of our communities have been particularly hard hit. Some things definitely need to change, but a few things should stay the same, like protecting your child from serious diseases you can prevent now. Preventable diseases like measles, mumps, and whooping cough. Is camp, childcare, or in-person school on your family's agenda? Give your child a healthy and safe summer and school year by making sure they're up to date on vaccinations and well child visits. You have the power to protect. Call your healthcare provider to find out what vaccinations your child is due for and make an appointment today. If you need help finding a provider, visit parenthelp123.org or call the Help Me Grow Washington hotline at 1-800-322-2588. An interpretation is available.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World. Check us out on social media. Facebook and Instagram, Rainier Avenue Radio World, and on Twitter at Rainier Av Radio.
Well, hello there, world. Bettina Carey here, and you are listening to me live on RainierAvenueWorld.com. Excuse me, Rainier Avenue Radio World. And I am so excited to be here today. This is the Shattering the Glass Ceiling show, and I am very much looking forward to today because I'm here to do a monologue unless somebody joins me unexpectedly here today. For those of you who are new to us, We Empower You is an online community of like-minded people and an empowerment movement designed for coaches and entrepreneurs. And I'm Bettina Carey, the founder, and I am an empowerer by nature, and I want everyone, and that includes coaches, entrepreneurs, authors, mentors, speakers, and thought leaders, to shatter their revenue glass ceilings right down to the floor. So if your goal is to shatter yours, you've come to the right place, as I like to say. And today's show is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be sharing with you and exploring and explaining a little bit about the upcoming We Empower You Global Virtual Summit. This is our 12th summit that's coming up. And as I like to say, that coaching is such a noble profession. But in these tumultuous times, so many talented coaches are finding it simply difficult to connect with the people that they most could be helping. And the people need our help more than ever before, as you know. And that is why I conceived of the We Empower You Global Community and Global Virtual Summit. And I'm inviting you to join with me with some of the world's leading empowerment coaches, trainers, authors, and mentors for the upcoming We Empower You Global Virtual Summit. This one is coming up on March the 8th. We do these every quarter on the second Wednesday from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. You know, there's an old saying that goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And it is in that spirit of togetherness that we aim to help you to connect to more talented coaches. And so I'm excited to be welcoming back 24 plus speakers to our show. And this is where you're going to find a lot of knowledge and wealth ideas, topics about giving, you name it. We cover 6 main areas. That's business, leadership, love, life, health, and wealth. And those are topics that are near and dear to my heart, because these are the topics that I've focused on for nearly 25 or so years. And they're the topics that have gotten me and pushed me forward in my business career and also in my personal life. And so if you know that you're shouldering responsibilities and you might need to take a little bit of time off to do this March 8th, line that help out. You really, really want to take the whole day to be a part of this show. But if you can't, you can always come for an hour and then later stay for the day, as we like to say. So you will be shoulder to shoulder with some of the world's best thought leaders, newsmakers, and change makers, as I said. And you're going to see exactly for yourself what the We Empower You global community is really all about. It is also a membership. And so we do dive into how it is that we came up with this membership concept and how you can become a part of it. It's a blend of altruism and business, to be sure. And I think of this endeavor as being very audacious, because we hope to plant seeds that take deep roots, and we need you to be a part of this. So we'd love it if you set aside the date, get out of your calendar right now, 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. And if you know of anyone who's helping others to achieve that next rung, or if they're lifting people out of self-limiting beliefs, or they're ready to fix the world one client at a time, or spread their message to the masses, that's the kind of people that we're looking for, not only to attend, but also in speaking. And we do have a few spots left. So that's a little bit about our show. And I'd like to have Daniel, our producer, bring up the website where you can get more information and details. And as he does that, I'll go ahead and explain a little bit about what you're going to find on our website, weempoweryourlife.com. And in order to register for the show, we always like to say that it's free to attend, but you must RSVP to get those VIP Zoom details. And you can do so by going to the Summit Ticket tab. So weempoweryourlife.com, go to the Summit Ticket tab to get your ticket. And all you do is you complete our short form where we ask you for your name and how you heard and your phone number and such. And that way we can be in touch with you as well. This is a completely free show and event because we believe that the masses need our help right now, as I said. And we're making this available widely to 250 of our guests who are likely to show up. We've already served about 1,300 since we created this event in June of 2020. And again, this is our 12th summit. Unbelievable to me, because we started just when COVID had reared its ugly head. And I thought for certain that, we wouldn't be around after 1 or 2 years. The pandemic had just started, and I had this idea to start this before the COVID reared its ugly head. And here we are still today, coming up on our 3rd year anniversary. And I wouldn't be here today if I had not teamed up with an amazing human. Her name is Lee Romanoff. She's the president of Income Activator. And Income Activator is the platform that our website is built on. And it's also the platform that our membership is built on. So every one of our members gets a We Empower You, what we call business in a box. And they're able to create their own revenue through 10 revenue strategies that are built into the software of the platform. And so when I joined, kind of teamed up with Lee, we put together our heads and we cracked the code, as we like to say, to come up with some of the things that folks need. If you're an author, coach, entrepreneur, mentor, you're going to need what we put into this platform, right? So it's really easy. Just go to the Just Say Yes tab for me, Daniel, and I'll explain a little bit about what we're doing there. So we believe that we can help anybody to create an online income. It doesn't matter your background, whether you have a business in the past or you're running one right now. We know that if you set aside some of your time to learn how to generate an income by telling others where to go, referring businesses, and generating income from leads that you will get to that place. And on that Just Say Yes website link, what you'll find is a description of how the program actually works. So Daniel, if you keep scrolling down a little bit, so we'll explain that we give you this 3 months to pay option. It's a payment solution program. And I love it because if you're interested, we back you up all the way for those 3 months. And you don't have to pay a dime until the 91st day. And then you can pay monthly or you can pay all at one time. And better yet, if you help 2 friends or family or other business owners that you know sign up, your membership is actually free. So it's a really wonderful idea. As you continue scrolling down, you're going to see that we have 14 different templative models of websites that you can choose from. And you simply can scroll down and you find the site that best resembles your image, your color scheme, the flow that you want your website to appear to be. And it's already populated with the Business in a Box, which is a membership-based business opportunity that we like to promote and we like our members to promote. And what we do is we literally, when you send us a referral, we pay you an $800 commission, which is half of our membership fee. Our membership fee is $1,599. And so this is a really great opportunity to learn how from the expert. I mean, Lee is a millionaire mentor that we have on the books here working with us to collaborate, to present. We host Wednesday meetings all year long from 3 to 5 p.m. where you can go in and learn and grow your business, learn all kinds of marketing ideas that you can apply directly same day and start making money. That is the big difference between this website platform than any other platform that you're going to actually find out there, because most websites are meant to be pretty brochures and our website is actually meant to make you money. So there's a little bit about that. And what I like to say is that the reason I came up with this Just Say Yes is that I know there are people out there whose heart is in the right place and their mission is big, you know, and they have this idea that they're going to change the world. But when they look in their pocketbook, it might not have quite the funds that we are looking for. So what we do is we help you get started, get you jump started without having to cough up any cash. And then once you take that 90 days to really work on your business and really work on this online Business in a Box opportunity, you will start to earn your own income. And when you share it with others, as I said, you can, in fact, get your own membership paid for free. And if you do this every year, you make that $800 per person every year. So it's not just a one-time commission, it's an annual commission. So it's very similar to selling life insurance or any other recurring income kind of commission. But we're very generous. You might be saying to yourself, oh my gosh, this is too good to be true. I cannot tell you the countless times I've heard that. And the reason that we're so generous is because we believe that you deserve the opportunity to be successful. And all we're doing is providing the platform to support that and the economy to support that. And so it takes us about $800 a year to operate a website for you. And then that gives us the extra $800 to go ahead and gift it to somebody. And then just so you know, I also contribute a portion of the proceeds to folks in Uganda, Africa, who are struggling to either found and run their small businesses or scale, or to folks that I've discovered need a helping hand with healthcare and food, water, shelter. And so those are also near and dear to my heart. So there's a really big altruistic base of understanding here at the We Empower You community. And that's who we tend to attract, right? So I am so excited. And this may be complicated on the one hand, but it's actually quite easy. And it took me a moment to figure it out when I was first working with Lee. So just understand, if you're out there listening or watching and you're wondering, how does this really work? It's a lot easier to learn it on a Wednesday than it is here on the show. So let me return back to the summit and describe to you some of the speakers that we're going to have on hand. And Daniel, if you wouldn't mind bringing up the summit speakers page, I'll just have you scroll through slowly. When we first get started, we like to set the container for this opportunity, and Vicky Delajoyo is going to do just that. She'll be introducing me subsequently, and then we roll right into our speakers. And our lineup consists of folks that are really experts in their field on topics that are really very powerful. It could be on emotional intelligence. It could be on marketing or PR, you name it, sponsorships, how to have your own TV show, you name it. We cover the gamut because we want you to be successful in business, leadership, love, life, health, and wealth. And Lee's going to be talking about how to turn your message into that $1 million business, because we know that it's possible because she's done it. And I'm on my way to doing it as well. And we just team up, we lock arm in arm and we walk step by step with you. So you're not alone in the journey. Again, these Wednesday meetings we have help as well. And as Daniel's continuing down, you're going to see we're going to have time for networking. We'll have a breakout session there. We're going to also add some folks from Africa that are going to be coming around 2:45-ish or so. And they're going to share with us the work that we're doing there, because we also founded We Empower Africa. So if you know folks that are in Africa that you want to help, they want to be a part of the We Empower Africa community, please let us know. And then towards the evening, we'll also wrap up with a mentor round, which we will be using some of our speakers and coaches and mentors and thought leaders to dive deep into your questions about how they could give you a tip or a hack or a trick that you can use and that help you mentor you really to success. And the whole day is, of course, a 12-hour day, and we wrap up in the evening with a little bit of a celebration, summarizing what has occurred during the day. And all this while, by the way, we are recording live on YouTube. And we do this because there are people from all over the world. Some are asleep during our summit. Some of them are awake, and some of them it's right in the middle of their mealtime. So we want to make sure that we reach the masses with our message, and it's going to be a really great opportunity. So we hope you will join us here. And then I would like to share a little bit about the philosophy underneath this. I mentioned that we are all about this togetherness, right? So we believe that together we will go far. And about 25, maybe 20, even 8 years ago, I was formed a women's empowerment group that was known as Women in Small Biz. And I did conferences and all kinds of in-person events. And I could only reach so many people. And I could only do it so many times a year because of the incredible costs associated with having in-person events. And so COVID opened up the door for us to really be doing some phenomenal work around the globe, specifically because of Zoom and Zoom technology. So this is how we operate. It's from the heart. If your heart calls you to us, again, you're going to want to visit our website at weempoweryourlife.com. And we're here live on Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Get that straight this time. And I'm looking forward to entertaining those of you who are able to join us. And let me see here. What else do I want to tell you? I know that another thing that is at the basis of what I do is I used to ask this question all the time, and it was, do you feel empowered in all areas of your life? And the answer that I normally got back was no. And the reason folks would say no is that they might have even their wealth orchestrated, but then they might have a health situation, or they might have a personal relationship or a love relationship problem. And so I've yet to meet someone who was able to say yes completely, that they had felt empowered in all areas of their life. And I started out back in the 70s growing up as a woman where at that time women didn't even have their own credit cards. Aghast, right? And then in addition to that, I found myself the victim of domestic violence when I fell in love with my high school boyfriend, who then became my abuser and who subsequently caused the death of my firstborn child. And so empowerment is, again, near and dear to my heart, because I found my way to empowerment by kicking some of these self-imposed limitations to the curb. What do I mean by a self-imposed limitation? So when I was, say, in my 30s, I thought that this world of mine, I was in nursing still at the time, was a man's world. And I was on this soapbox, and I was, complaining to the world and anybody who would listen about this being a man's world. But then things in my life would go like they're supposed to, and then they would float back and they'd go in the opposite direction. And I wondered, why is that? When it's not, I don't have necessarily even a man in my life. I'm not in nursing anymore. I'm not dominated by anybody. Why is it that I still can't seem to go far? And I realized in not too short order that it was my own self-imposed limitations. And I'm going to go through a couple of them just to give you some ideas. One was that I had imposter syndrome. That's where everybody in the world thinks that you're great and you got it all together and you look like everything is all, just like it's supposed to be. But inside you feel like a train wreck, or inside you feel like that you're a phony, and so what you show on the outside is one thing, but on the inside you feel lesser than. You don't believe it. You might portray a strong and powerful woman in my case, but that's not how I felt inside. And so getting over that imposter syndrome was one of the self-imposed limitations that I dealt with, thankfully, earlier on in my life. One of the other ones was negative self-talk. And I ran into, back in 2001, a really incredible coach. She's known as the mother of coaching, Dr. Cherie Carter Scott. And she taught me how to really dive deep into this area of self beat up, she called it. And you can beat yourself up when you fall short of your intention, your expectation of what you had intended. And if you can shorten the gap between your expectation that you didn't land and this lower level of beat up and close that gap, you can really do yourself a lot of favors. And so I have very much kicked that to the curb. It would be hard for me to even give you an example of any time in a week, let alone in a day, where I have beaten myself up. What do I mean by beat up? I mean, like, oh, you're so stupid. You should lose weight, or you should do this, or you're so that. Any of those thoughts running through your head right now, if you're listening to me, you're going to want to come to the summit and learn how to kick that self-imposed limitation to the curb. If you are your worst jailer, as I used to call it, right? Shattering your glass ceiling right down to the floor. We're talking about revenue. We're talking about earnings if you're actually in a job. And when you're in a job, for example, and you don't have the courage to ask for what you're worth, you're going to find yourself again in a self-imposed limitation. And that limitation may affect you for all of your days and your entire career. So I practice the philosophy of you only get in life what you have courage to ask for. Ask for more and put some zeros on it is what I like to say. And sometimes things can be really rough and a really bad thing is going on in your life and it seems a little overwhelming. And so I practice using mantras to help me to psychically get out of those emotional trauma situations that I may not even have caused, but I just find myself in. And it could be a family member's drama. It could be a death in the family or whatever it is. And I have one mantra that I use, which is, I'm here to create memories, not nightmares. And I will run that mantra through my head over and over and over again to be able to see the, lemonade out of the lemons, the silver lining in the cloud, or however you want to put it. And so let me check in here with my time. I'm coming up to the last few minutes, and I just want to make sure that everybody again sees the summit is at weempoweryourlife.com. Go to the summit tickets tab, get your free summit ticket. It's going to be a wonderful event to be sure. I'm so excited about it. It's just hours and days away, less than six days, I think now, and I would love to have you there. If you're a speaker, if you're an author, a coach, somebody who's a thought leader and you're or a mentor, please get in touch with me. Do so at 206-349-4297. I'm already booking speakers last minute into this show and into the June, September, and December shows as well. So it's never too late to get a hold of me. Now, you're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world, and our episode for at 2:00 is going to be the Reggae Hour, episode 141. I'm so excited to be on this show. I want to thank everyone who supports me, including Daniel, the producer here. Again, this is Shattering the Glass Ceiling. We're live on Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And these are life-changing conversations that unite remarkable women and men from all walks of life, from around the globe, exchanging individual experiences. And I'm your host. I'm so excited that I get to do this every single week, as often as possible, right? And occasionally I do a rerun, but mostly I try to show up. And, showing up is actually half the battle, right? I know showing up has saved my bacon, and I know showing up has graced me with a lot of opportunities. I invite you to show up to the We Empower You Global Virtual Summit. Remember, we empower your life, and together we will go far. That's all I have for you today. Take care, and I'll see you at the summit.
2022 has been challenging for all of us. I believe the answer to the question, what's next, is together. I'm Bettina Carey, founder of weempoweryourlife.com. And with the help of thought leaders, newsmakers, and game changers, I'm working to build a community of trust, and you're invited. If you have felt the pains of loneliness and anxiety in this unprecedented time of isolation, We Empower Your Life offers fellowships, mentors, and guides to help you avoid life's roadblocks and get to now faster. Are you concerned about your future in the face of possible recession? We Empower Your Life challenges you to think in abundance mindset. And we're all working to take our finances from good to great. You won't be alone on this trip. We Empower Your Life features entrepreneurs, coaches, startups, and community leaders from around the globe, all reaching for that next rung and looking to help someone else up as well. We do not think we have all the answers, but we do think together we can ask all the right questions. I've decided to thrive in the face of turmoil, and I want you to thrive too. Do that by claiming one of the first 200 free tickets, courtesy of gracious sponsored underwriting. Tickets and information are weempoweryourlife.com, or scan the code if you're watching on TV. We'll see you at the summit.